Facebook has announced plans to integrate messaging services on several of the platforms it owns. So we're talking about Instagram, WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger.
While all three will remain standalone apps, the merger would allow messages to travel between users on different services.
We can talk more about this with technology analyst Dan Sodergren, who joins us now. Good morning.
Morning.
So, my instant reaction to this is they're all linked anyway, which I suppose lots of people don't realise. They're all owned. They're all owned.
Facebook, yeah,
all owned. Linking them, would that not kind of take away the point of them all existing anyway, independently?
Well, okay, so number one, as you say, Facebook owns all of them.
Yeah.
So let's get rid of the idea that this doesn't happen. They cost billions of pounds for them to actually buy them. What they're saying is by putting it all together that they can make security better and they can make the encryption code base better. Yeah. So they're bringing them all together for our safety. And it's a better thing.
Or to share. Well, no, my face is basically saying, or to share more of our information through those apps that we already are desperately trying to hold on to.
Well, yeah, there is the other side of it where, by bringing everything together, it makes it a much better potential to be monetized by Facebook, by the owners. Yeah, investors have called for this for a very long time. A lot of people who are using these things don't like the idea of it. The backlash has been pretty intense. And actually, if you look at it, the guys who own things like Instagram and WhatsApp, they'd actually left Facebook last year. And I think they left maybe because Mark had kind of come up with this plan and he kind of grabbing back of control. So
Mark Zuckerberg
absolutely had done that. So if data is the kind of new oil, which is the old cliche around things at the moment, it's a really good way of them bringing it all together so they can tap into this oil or this data even more and more.
Dan, does it stand?
Facebook not doing that.
Yeah, sorry. Does it stand to reason then? You create a bigger entity, which is all one. Does that make it an even more attractive thing for hackers to get into? Because you get into one, you get into the whole lot.
Thing. Absolutely.
I mean, was there some logic in slightly separating them out for that reason alone?
Well, just from a security point of view, yes and no. So you could argue, it makes it a much bigger target, but of course you could argue that you've actually got a much better way of building a much bigger wall. So if you know it's a bigger target and you've got more resources, the security can be better because it's encrypted across everything and they can spend loads more money, which they will be doing, on making sure people can't get in. But yeah, it gives you one point of entry. So there is a worry from a privacy point of view.
There's also the bigger issue, isn't there, when it comes to data mining and the whole issues Facebook has had. And just recently, just in the last few days, it's been shown that our data, if you are a Facebook user, is accessible to other companies that we didn't know about. I'm talking about Amazon.
Yeah, absolutely. They've
Google.
been sharing, well, they haven't been selling it. They've been sharing it now. And of course, sharing is, it doesn't make a difference to you, but they haven't been selling it, so they haven't been breaking any laws. So we have to be careful here because Facebook has almost no moral obligations to its users. If you are on the internet, and you're not buying a product, then you are the product. So you have to realise Facebook is free, Instagram's free, WhatsApp is free, but they're free because, of course, they make money from the advertising. So bringing everything together actually creates a fantastic new advertising opportunity for Facebook.
Yes, but what's confusing is that some of these other companies which have access to the data that's being shared didn't know about it.
Well, they get kind of special privileges, and then Facebook forgot they'd given them these special privileges. It's a strange
all of this adds to the trust issue surrounding Facebook. So when they say they're going to merge these apps, that we all think, okay, well, if you're not on Facebook, I'm using something, WhatsApp, you're told it's encrypted messages, so you think that's safer, blah, blah, blah. Now when it's all being merged and there's still this data problem around it, users are going to think twice.
Users might, vote with their feet. I think what Facebook are trying to do is they're trying to replicate what's happened over in China, which is a thing called WeChat. And WeChat is this huge entity over there, and people buy things through it. They talk to their peer-to-peer. Spending goes through it. It makes a fortune, and that's what Facebook are trying to do. Facebook are also potentially trying to go against email, which is a $100 billion industry. If you think about it, it's all communication. It's just the way we're doing stuff. If you can get rid of email, Facebook win.
Dan, just one last thought. I mean, someone goes on to one of these sites to do what they normally do. What's going to look and feel? How's it going to be different? Just in terms of,
well, again,
what you do.
It's going to be up to Facebook what they do. It's not going to roll out until 2019, 2020. I don't think they're going to mess about too much with the look and feel of these things. It'll just be the ability. So if you're on WhatsApp, you'll have the ability to talk to someone on Instagram, the ability to not have to have an account on Instagram, but be able to do it. Same again with Facebook. Your point there is a great one, which is do people really want this to happen? Now, the person who wants this to happen, of course, is Facebook, because what they can then do is create a chatbot or a concierge service inside all 3 places where they can know your geolocation, they can know your friends, they can know what you're talking about in Instant Messenger, which is normally the more private and more sensitive information, and then perhaps they can create a great way of advertising to you that actually, you actually might like rather than dislike. You never know. Facebook tend to make changes that people dislike to start off with, and then before we know it, we can't live without it.
Don't know me well enough, Dan.
Fair enough. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you haven't mined all my data yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks very much.
Weather time with the Map Bot.